No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, 15.
And for Darius Geis, this is his first NFL carry. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Tackle made there by Budda Baker. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
15.
To throw on second down is Smith. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. It'll be a Redskin first down as Smith hits Crowder. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Hey, let's send the lead. Come on, we're good. Hey.
On first down, this is Geis. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
On second down, here's Smith, and he slings one that's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Smith. It's brought in by Dodson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? They'll run it now out of the gun. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now it's Smith. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Smith finding his big tight end Reed for a Redskins first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Geis alone in the backfield here, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
15.
They run with Geis. It's the first NFL touchdown for LSU's Darius Geis. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
2nd and 10. It's Rosen again. Flushed out right. Right side complete to Butler. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Let's settle in. Come on, we're good. Yellow. Hey, back up.
After the interception, here's Smith. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A good pickup there at 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
On the handoff, it's Geis. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Here's Smith now on second down. And incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, that's Thompson. And stepped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. And he's able to put it through. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Well, the Cardinals coming out here, and take a look back, Charles, at 2017. Really, everything started going south, unfortunately, week 1. That's when they lost David Johnson to a wrist injury. From there, they really couldn't turn it around.
And in the offseason, coaching change. Steve Wilks now in charge. Comes with a defensive bent. Remember, he's a defensive coordinator with the Carolina Panthers. And he probably was blitzing.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, 78 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability.
I don't care how calm, cool, collected you carry yourself. I don't care how contained you are in your emotions. Your first touchdown pass in the NFL is awfully special. And Josh Rosen is always going to put out the vibe that, hey, I do this all the time. But inside, he's got to be so excited to have that first taste of success in the league.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Redskins making their way out. Last year, a fairly quiet 7-9. Now, the big change, of course, for 2018 here, exit Kirk Cousins, enter Alex Smith at quarterback. What does that change?
The change is that you have a quarterback who takes care of the football in a big way, but still can deliver it downfield. Alex Smith has such a reputation for being careful that it's overblown. He will take the shot downfield. If receivers shake free, get open, he'll deliver it. The other part of that, they get an offensive line. If they can get health there and have consistency up front, that offense can move, and that's what they're going to need to do if they want to compete in the NFC East.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Geis with the carry on 2nd down. Pushes him over. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
On.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Smith now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a second and long to start things out. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll hand it down to Geis. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Redskins on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. 3rd down. Here's Geis. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drives, exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Gun! Detroit! Here we go. Green, 39.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. And Gresham has it left side. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Lucky 56.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the 1st.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Leopard!
Now Rosen on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, Johnson. Oh, look at the juke. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give the tackle there to Josh Norman.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. Rosen to throw on 3rd down. Being chased out left. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90! Blue 90! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll indeed go for it with Rosen. It's caught. Nelson. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
Mission accomplished on that throw. Slant, pick up the first down. I like how he just put it on the receiver and didn't lead him on that one.
Happened quickly. Defense, not much they could do. Now Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down. And
he can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Pernell McPhee in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Leopard!
2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from the desert after this. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Third and long here for Rosen. Fighting to stay up, and the pressure gets to him again.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Redskins now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Smith buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
They run it here with Thompson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Let's go. Let's go. 15. Let's go, yellow.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
On.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. So we've reached halftime. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, able to avoid him. Now a hit and a loose football. They start the second half with Johnson. He finds some open field here. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Second down, here's Rosen. Screen play, Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Leopard!
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. As David Johnson works his way back from the wrist injury, what are the hesitations, the cautions for him?
Well, number one, you want to make sure he's got full strength in the wrist because he's going to carry the football an awful lot, so ball security is important. And you definitely want to make sure there's flexibility there because he's been such a great pass catcher in the past. You want to make sure he gets back to being able to do that as well.
Again, it's Johnson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On third down, Johnson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Leopard! 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 Leopard!
Now a handoff. Johnson. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Yeah, baby! Boom! Leopard! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Nelson. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. On first down, it's Rosen. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They'll run it with Johnson. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Cardinals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Rosen. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
They'll run it with Johnson. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back.
And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson punching it in from a yard away. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Dawson tacks on the point after, and we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Washington. In for the score. And the Redskins are going to take the lead.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To throw is Rosen. Underneath for Johnson. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On second down, Rosen. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. The Redskins on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Back to throw, Smith. Crowder's got it over the middle. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Geis. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock. Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Rosen now off the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. Caught right side. Gresham. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And some room to roam now. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big run there by Johnson. Give him 42 yards on the ground. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They'll run with a forward Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Now Rosen. Forced out to his left. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Rosen to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, fighting off the defender. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. 3rd and goal. Rosen. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jermaine Gresham from 4 yards out. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Hey, on.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Let's go. 15.
On first down, Smith. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's got some space here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Smith now to throw. And he drops this off to Thompson. Complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
Yellow. 15, yeah.
Now Smith. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Ryan Kerrigan in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now it's Rosen. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Here's Andy Lee now. as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably great. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
52. 35. Hey, on.
Now it's Smith. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Decision time now on 4th and about 1.5 yards.
I can still hear my high school coach, John Ford, right now. I want my number 1 play with my number 1 runner over my number 1 blocker. Get me the first down. But some may very well say, punt this thing away, pin them down deep, and play field position.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They'll run it here with Logan, and this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now what can Rosen do here at OT? Out to his left. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. The Cardinals on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 11.
Detroit!
On third down, Rosen. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, so close, but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
15.
Now Smith with his first throw of OT. This one caught by Crowder. A gain of 6 there on first. This being their second opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
Now a run with Geis. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. He got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Let's go, 15.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah. Risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
And now it's Rosen looking. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So this thing is all going to come down to the right foot of Phil Dawson. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. Okay, so interesting here. A field goal would win this thing, but the kicking team on the sideline, and they're going for it on fourth down.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
So this thing is all going to come down to the right foot of Phil Dawson. This to win it in overtime. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, they'll definitely take them.
And he got it! The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights.